All right. So I figured out I was doing a camera, not a camera, kind of tutorial on how to change a headlight, and I thought, well, let me do an update video on the scooter itself and let everybody know kind of how it's been doing, what have I needed to change on it, that sort of deal. So I bought the scooter back in March, the very end of March of 2025, and now it is June 2026. Okay, so basically about 14 months and about let's show you the miles instead of doing the guessing game. I'll show you exactly. Yeah, so 15,894 miles on the scooter. Okay, a quick little rundown. I forget the exact mileage I'm getting. It varies because I do run it full throttle a lot when I'm doing the deliveries. So I may take my time just getting around, but if I have a DoorDash delivery, I'll like full throttle it. Or if I have a lot of traffic behind me, I don't want to be a jerk, but and sometimes I can't pull over, so I have to go. And so during those times, I'm going full throttle as well. But for the most part, I usually just cruise around 32 to 30, 34 miles an hour, just whatever. I take it to the top speed, then I just kind of ease off of it a little bit so it's not straining the motor. Anyway, I'll crank it up in a second, let you hear it. It still sounds quiet. It's not loud at all. Let's see, the last video I had the phone mount. Anyway, this is just a little $5-6 phone mount I bought either from eBay or Amazon. What I did, I like to attach it to this part with a mirror. Anyway, I know it sticks out a little bit, but it gives it the height that I need, and it's not blocking my handlebar, my brake. It's not even blocking this, the little turn signal. And I didn't want to put any pressure on this either. I figured this is all metal and the washer and everything fit just right. So I got like a little extension that comes up here, and I just mounted it to the extension. So that just made it easy. And then I just adjusted the height to where both of the mirrors are level. But so anyway, that's that. As far as what have I had to change? So I was surprised I haven't even had to change the battery yet. I'm sure at some point in the near future I need to get this belt that's in here. I need to get that changed. I'm not sure exactly how many miles you can put on the scooter before that snaps, but I know belts wear out and you have to change them. So it's got a belt in here, goes around. As far as I know, this the kickstand needs to come off. Then this cover, I forget how many screws, 3 or 4 screws come off. Then you get access to the belt. But to be honest with you, I'll probably take it to a motorcycle shop. They can get the tension just right. I'm kind of paranoid about doing stuff like that. I believe the air filter's in here. I haven't even changed the air filter. That's probably, I think in the near future, right now I got bills, but in the near future I am going to change out the belt, put a new air filter in here, and change out the battery. But other than that, those are only 3 upcoming expenses or maintenance issues that I will be doing. But I mean, for having almost 16,000 miles on the scooter, I think I've done pretty good to not have to have done any of that already. So this is kind of my oil change schedule. I don't go with the manual. The manual says basically let me get out of the road. Somebody's going down the road. But the manual says to change every, I believe it's 4,000 miles or something like that. But anyway, I don't do that. I saw there was a guy on Facebook that had 60,000 miles on a scooter, and I was like, good Lord. Anyway, he changed his engine oil every 1,000 to 1,200 miles, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And then the gear oil, I change that every 3rd engine oil change. And even though I'm changing it every 3rd engine oil change, I've noticed that the oil still looks good. It doesn't even look like it's that used. Now the engine oil, on the other hand, after 1,000 miles, it starts turning kind of a dark brown. So anyway, so I've had to change the oil. Okay, that's about anything to do with the motor. That's it. My front tire still has tread. My rear tire needed to be changed. It was getting real smooth in the middle, so the rear tire got changed. All my lights and everything are still going good, with the exception of the headlight. So with the headlight, I've had to change the bulb, and that was about a week and a half ago. But anyway, I made a video on how to change it in case anybody's wanting to watch the video on that. But so far, the only kind of maintenance thing that I've had to change has been the headlight. So the nighttime bright lights worked, but the daytime lights did not. So anyway, that bulb just burned out. So anyway, it was $20 at AutoZone to get another bulb, and it was a little bit of a trick to getting it changed out. But anyway, the brakes are still kind of tight, but to tell you the truth, I may do all this at the same time. I think probably when I get 20,000 miles, I'll change out the brake pads on both the front and the rear, change out the belt, and change out the battery and the air filter. Just do it all at one time. But I would have done it when I was getting this rear tire changed earlier, but anyway, I got bills right now, so I just can't do it. But as soon as I get all the little bills knocked out, I do plan on having more of the routine maintenance stuff done. So I've heard that most of these scooters only get about 30,000 miles, but I think if I maintain it, there's a good possibility that I'll get, more than that. And if not, I've gotten my money's worth out of it, like well worth out of it. Okay, I think everybody's probably gonna want to hear how it sounds. So let me angle this a little bit. I got this tripod up a little bit too tall, I think. There we go, maybe that's better. So let's crank it and you can hear how it sounds. So it still cranks up on the first time without any issue. It's not even loud. You would think after having that many miles on it, it would be loud. I do notice if I let my oil, I did one time let it go to like 1,600 miles before I changed the oil. And if you want it to sound like this, change the oil more often. Don't go with the manual. I would say that. I thought about this too. Sometimes maybe the dealership wants you to have to replace it. You know what I mean? And if you maintain it a little bit better than what the manual says to do, you're gonna get more life out of it. So yeah, I need to change that belt. I really do. I've just been putting it off. I don't even know how many miles. It should have already been changed probably. But I am gonna change the battery, the belt, the air filter. The brake pads, I don't know. I mean, they're still holding, but it wouldn't hurt to change the brake pads. Well, like, why not? I did hit something like a limb or something, or a rough place on the road, maybe a rock. And I do have a small dent in a tire too, but it's still, everything's going smooth. Anyway, let me show you kind of, I guess the driving part of it, right? We'll do that. Oh, I did notice my kickstand after I changed that back tire. Mosquitoes tearing me up. Anyway, it was kind of it kind of sticks a little bit. So, but not a huge deal. Not to me, it's not. Anyway. I mean, the brakes are still tight. They're still holding. And no squeaking. It stops. So, I mean, I could probably stretch these brakes a little bit longer. I could probably get 20,000 miles without having to do any major maintenance on here. But, anyway. So that's that. I guess I can do like a handhold so you can see what it's like. Let's do that. Yeah, alright, so let's do kind of like what's under the seat. What do I store under here? Okay, got my phone charger, got some glasses, the sunglasses I wear. Ignore all this tape. I ship a lot of stuff on eBay, and I'm always like needing to print out a shipping label. I don't have a printer at home, so I just keep random rolls of tape in here. I've got my rain suit. Okay, this is the biggest thing that I don't hear about people carrying, and they should. It is a little mini air compressor. Okay, all right. Okay, and so this will keep your tire pressure where it needs to be. And it's kind of portable. They probably make something smaller than this, but whatever, you know. So let me get this model number in case somebody. I don't even see a model number. Anyway, 60. Maybe that 8016. It says product name portable tire inflator. Product model is 8016. Rated voltage is DC 11.1 volt / 60 watts. Rated input 5 volts 2A. And it's a Type C phone charger if I need to charge it. Let's see, and then it's got basically you just put it on the whatever tire pressure you got. And on the tire pressure, let's see if I remember right. I always get these wrong. It's either 18 or 19, and it's either 28 or 29. I can't remember on the tire pressure, but anyway. So that I got my rain suit. When it rains, I ride this thing in the rain. It handles just fine. So I got rain suit, got my tire inflator. I got extra bag in case I need to carry something on the floorboard. So. And I'll tell you this too, if you go to Walmart, if you're wondering what will fit right here, okay, you can take, they make these little boxes if you ship anything. It's like a 8 by 10 by 12. You can stack 2 of those on here. If you buy that 10 by 12 by 15 size box, it won't fit widthwise, but you can kind of chop the box down by about an inch, and then it will fit. And so, in case anybody's wondering that, but so anyway, that's how I carry packages. And also, when I do DoorDash, I have a backpack, and so sometimes I'll put packages in there. I don't really keep a lot of stuff in the storage container. You know, if anything, I might keep a portable battery charger, and then I run a little cord to my phone mount and charge my phone up. You know, if I'm doing a lot of DoorDash, I'll need to charge the phone up because my phone will die in about 4 or 5 hours of using the maps. So sometimes I just rest the battery bank right here. I use this little hook all the time. I love that little hook. It comes in handy. If I have anything with any weight, I set it on the floorboard and then usually I'll put my feet to the side like that and use the bulk of the space, or I'll angle my feet like this just so they're resting, and I'll use the whole width of this to carry something. Like if I say I buy a whole bunch of stuff to resell on eBay, I'll have the whole bag stretched out right here, and I'll just rest my feet on the side here. It works. So anyway, that's kind of my little review. Let's just go ahead and I'm gonna round down because I'm gonna make another video when it gets to 20,000 or 25,000 miles. But anyway, 15,000 mile, 14 months. But again, I'm gonna round it. So 1 year, 15,000 mile review.